Oh no. That looks like 4,500 bucks. Oh, 9,000. Eric, you been ordering stuff again? Really? A pallet?
What's going on? Holy cow.
You've been ordering stuff past 10:30 at night again, haven't you?
I didn't know it was coming this soon.
Oh man. Northern chill.
Sweet.
Now think of how many times you're gonna have to pee this spring. It was like this fall. Lucky we had 2 grain carts because one of them was pounding water so much that he was peeing all day.
I got a serious question though. What are we gonna do when this runs out?
I don't think we gotta worry about that for a while. The biggest problem is where are we going to put all these?
Dead center of the shop. Closest to every wall. He just dropped it off this morning?
Yeah, think of that poor guy out on the glare ice. It's so icy outside today.
Missed the driveway this morning at 30 miles an hour. Almost took out Marilyn's mailbox in reverse. Because it kicked the rear end over when I hit the gas because I'm kind of anti 4-wheel drive.
That's because his Ford ain't equipped with 4-wheel drive.
Did you know if I pull out,
Texting me.
if I pull out the 2-wheel drive, it'll lock the rear diff?
Yeah, all the YouTube comments told you that.
I know,
right?
I already knew it. But thank you. I didn't know it. Thank you.
It's Drink Chill 2.0 that's tagging me. I tagged them
You
on
take some
Instagram.
pictures? Did you want to lay on top? I'll take a picture of you.
You should lay on top. You love it so much.
I wouldn't fit on there.
You order it all the time.
I ordered 2 pallets. Where's the other one?
I can't even open this one-handed and I want to drink some. There's so many calcium, magnesium, chloride, potassium, sodium, alkaline, mineral, spring water.
And the last ingredient is water.
He's already pounded
so
half of it.
I ain't allowed in the office with the dirty boots, and that's where the water is. So I usually am pretty thirsty at the end of the day. Unless you guys bring me water.
Yeah, you're not allowed in the office.
You just slide the food dish out at dinner time, whatever you guys don't eat.
Fast forward a few hours, working on quad tracks. Eric was working on that one and the cat tractor. I've been working on this one. We are changing the transmission oil right now. So what we got to do is drain the oil out of the transmission. We change this depending on the hours on the machine. Definitely on our grain cart tractors, we'll change them every year just because they shift so much. This machine got 515 hours on it this year, so we're going to change it. And the filter, which is right in here. So that gets to come off, replace the filter, drain the oil. I think it's roughly 12 gallons that the transmission holds. We were told by our mechanic that it's just best to change the oil rather than your transmission, especially on your grain cart tractors. So that's what we're going to do. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. I hate where this is located because you can never catch the oil worth a dang. Oh, japers. That's gonna be a mess. You probably just thought I made a huge mess, but ta-da! The oil pit drain comes through again. So the way these filters go on, I really hate the way these are. That O-ring rubs the whole way up till it's tight. So it's extremely hard to get this off normally. Like you don't really tighten it really tight, that seal just really adheres itself onto the filter basin up there. And yes, you must use a wrench on these ones. So everyone that wants to comment, why are you using a filter wrench? Because look at how many times this has to be turned. My wrench is slipping on the oil. So this machine, first 600 quad track that we own, it is got 4,752 hours on it now. We bought it with 350 hours on it, I think. So we put a fair share of hours on it this year. It got 515, like I said earlier. That's kind of normal range. I think last year we did 500 hours or 495. So right in the normal range. I'm actually amazed it wasn't more with how much scraping that I did this season that in the past years it hadn't done, but maybe tillage this fall was a lot quicker due to not dealing with mud and that misery. So pretty consistent on how many hours we put on this one a year. This is also the one that got the new track frame and that the rear end was taken out last summer for that bearing issue that was inside the rear end. And now I see there's a little leaky poos on the seal. Here, a little leaky poo on the seal, axle seals. When the axle was out, they said that all we would miss out on is 4 hours of labor to do that seal if we didn't choose to do it then. We should have done it then. We didn't. I don't know what's gonna happen, if we're gonna have to replace the axle seals or what. I was told it's pretty important if they start leaking to get it fixed. So that's one of them deals that you can run it and let it leak a little bit, but it also could come back to bite you in the butt and it end up costing a lot more. So I don't know if we want to push it, but that will be for a later discussion, I guess. Little mess. So it always amazes me how things change so quickly, but right there is a track tensioning hose. So this is the one that we did in the field underneath the tractor, in the oil, in the hog manure. This is the one that I replaced. This one I'm very diligent about checking these for rubs. And this hose here, I don't know if you can see it, but right here has been rubbing on the frame and is definitely going to be getting replaced because I do not want to lay in the hydraulic oil again. So those are something that I watch pretty closely. Just make sure they're routed decent and not rubbing on anything, and double wrap them if I think they're rubbing or gonna rub. Just look them over in the winter, and you still blow them up occasionally. I don't know why they don't make them out of a higher PSI hose or something. Very inconvenient. And that up there is what I'm talking about, the track axle seal there, a little bit wet up there, and then also it's dripping down and making this all wet, so that concerns me gravely. Here's some mud I missed some mud. Okay, so I gotta now put roughly 12 gallons of Case IH High-Tran into the transmission in this beast, and I'm gonna use 2.5 gallon jugs because I've yet to upgrade my oil containment system, so I don't have another hydraulic pump. So we'll do it the old-fashioned way, blood, sweat, and tears way. Literally be tears by the end of 12 gallons. At least we're not filling the hydraulic system and rear ends, because that holds 70 gallons. That takes a while. That's when I normally take the forklift and hoist the whole barrel up and just drain it right in. Now, you can't overfill too quickly here because it'll gurgle back out and spray you with oil. So you gotta kind of go slowly, especially once the tranny starts getting a little bit more full. See, that's what I mean. And then once she gets full, it bubbles out. They all do that. Scares you. This really isn't too bad. She's full. Oh man, waiting for it to settle down here before I top it off. I just wanted, whoa, sorry. There's a sight gauge right down here. It's real nice. It's halfway up, but once you get it to the sight gauge, it fills really quickly. So you gotta kind of take it in stages, otherwise you end up overfilling it. And then you gotta start the machine, fill the filter, top it off, and you're good to go. But we've been nailing out quite a bit of work here. That thing is going to get inspected tomorrow, I believe, along with the combine. Anyways, it's coming out. Kibble equipment's coming out. We did a three inspection deal. You got a discount if you did 3 inspections. So the 790 needed to be inspected for warranty. We're going to inspect this. This hasn't been inspected in 2 years. Let's hope there's next to nothing wrong with it. And for the third thing, since we don't have too many deer things, we're going to inspect the 8430. We're not going to do the 8520 just because we don't know if we're going to be running that this year, if we're going to be trading it or selling it, or maybe we'll do nothing. I have no idea. We're not sure. We're still up in the air just due to, number one, have to get through the new year and do balance sheets and figure out where we're at for next year. Granted, the market's going up, but unfortunately, like probably most of you guys, you were forward contracted for what we would call a break-even price, and we don't have very much. Unfortunately, we have really next to nothing as far as open grain for the market, because we sold a lot of soybeans off the combine, which we thought was a great price then. Now it's an excellent price, and we have nothing to sell really to speak of. So that's disappointing. So we got to just get through this next couple months to figure out balance sheets and all that, and then maybe we can decide on what we're gonna do for a tractor, which would be really sweet. Maybe like a 9RX skinny belts, or a case with skinny belts. That would be nice, but I know what they cost, a lot. So that's what we got going tomorrow with the inspections that are coming out and why we are inspecting what we are inspecting. And we never really have been big on inspecting tractors just because they're pretty basic as far as looking them over. So it'll be interesting to see, and I'll let you guys know what he finds on it that maybe we missed or wouldn't have ever tested. So I'm interested because we've never done one before, so it'll be kind of cool. All right, I got my tranny oil level pretty good. I just started it. I'm going to let it sit overnight and check it in the morning and top it off if it needs to be, but I think it'll be pretty close. Otherwise, I appreciate you guys watching today, and I hope you enjoyed this video. There's lots more to do around here. That ain't a lie. Anyways, guys, if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, and I know that you guys haven't all subscribed, so come on, hit the button now.